Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here. Welcome to a game called The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. This is a game that caught my attention a few weeks ago, and it's a first-person story-driven game. There's a mystery that we need to figure out, but there's some supernatural influences. I'm not sure to what extent. I really don't know what to expect. I don't know if we're gonna be scared. I don't know if it's going to be more of a thriller or horror. I'm not exactly sure. But from the Steam page, this is kind of intriguing. We're going to play the game as Paul Prospero, an occult-minded detective who receives a disturbing letter from Ethan Carter. Realizing the boy is in grave danger, Paul arrives at Ethan's home of Red Creek Valley, where things turn out to be even worse than he imagined. Ethan has vanished in the wake of a brutal murder, which Paul quickly discerns might not be the only local murder worth looking into. Inspired by weird fiction and other tales of the macabre from the early 20th century, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter aims to significantly evolve immersive storytelling in games. Like, it sounds right up my alley. Honestly, I'm very excited to see what's going on. While it features a private detective and quite a few mental challenges, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is not an especially puzzle-ridden game. The focus of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is on atmosphere, mood, and the essential humanity of the characters. I'm already intrigued. It goes on further. Still, the discoveries won't happen on their own, or without your help. Using both Paul's supernatural skill of being able to communicate with the dead, and your own powers of observation, us as the player, you will discover the mystery behind a trail of corpses, the roots of a dark ancient force lurking in Red Creek Valley, and the fate of a missing boy. Like, I'm excited. I just want to dive in here and get to work, trying to figure out what's going on. So let's do it.
Ethan Carter, I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
Okay, I'm going to recommend that before you continue watching, you set the vibe. And what I mean by that is I mean lights off, headphones on, volume up, and let's see if we can figure out anything about Ethan Carter. So Ethan wrote this letter to us. I am to assume that Ethan is already dead. And that he probably wrote the letter from the dead or contacted us from beyond the grave. And here we are to figure out... Whoa! Okay. Yeah, what do we got going on here? Sense. Oh, look at this. There's like... There's skulls and bones all over the place. Okay, so this was a trap. So we can kind of... It looks like we kind of can use our sense to figure out and identify different things. But it's also... It's revealing... I mean, I don't know if it's a past or the future or whatever it is, but it's something... Some type of alternate reality from where we are now, that's for sure. And we said when we started that we were the person that gets contacted when the police and the priests don't respond anymore. So I imagine that we're gonna stumble into some things. Whoa. Yeah, another trap. Oh, we're filling out more of this picture here. What do we got going on? Still, we just see more bones. Already 2 traps. So what is setting these traps? Here, look, we've got another one. Look at this thing. Whoa, Jesus. What is it trying to show us, or what are we piecing together? Because I don't know how our ability works. I don't know what causes it. I don't know why we have it. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Of course, everything except for the dead center. We're on some type of path here, and it does lead from the railroad tracks that we were on. We could go forward, but I want to see what's off on this other path as well. It almost seems as if, like, we're missing that centerpiece of the vision. I wonder if there's a way that we can figure out what that is, or if it will be intentionally left blank. It's a nice enough looking place, that's for sure. There's worse places to be dropped into the middle of nowhere and have supernatural powers. Let's see what's off on this path. We can run. But I certainly don't want to. You hear all the trees creaking. Oh my God. Oh! Fuck. Jesus. Okay, that is quite enough of that. I did not expect that. Alright, what do we have here now? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, wow. Okay. We are now in the place. Oh, and we kind of moved, too. What the hell? Because we were right here. This thing went off. Okay. We noticed that same kind of effect happened right as we walked through the tunnel as well. The train tunnel. Oh, yeah. SAP by Ethan Carter. An old man came to the forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around many dangerous traps. The villagers believed this old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest. But the old man wanted the villagers to believe this, because then they would search the forest for treasure and not drink his sap. One cool fall night, someone set fire to the forest, and the fire spread to the village. The old man escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. When he returned to the village, he found all of the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried. Then he found more sap to drink. What? Oh, look, he drew a picture too. Well, we did say that Ethan likes to write.
Ethan, I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
Okay. Am I to assume that he did that? Oh, did we? Whoa. Just gonna say where'd these bottles come from, but now we're back. One dead in house fire. Let's read this. By Jeff Jermu. This is probably the grandfather? Fire damaged a historic home in the Red Creek Valley Wednesday morning, according to officials from the Bayfield County Fire Department. A family of 6 was asleep when the blaze broke out at the remote house once owned by Albert Vandegrift. Okay, maybe not. At 46 Old Ogden Road in Red Creek Valley. Gail Carter, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene. So this was a house once owned by Albert Vandegrift. Don't know who he is, but it looks like Gail Carter was there. Perhaps the grandmother. Remaining family members were able to escape. Carter's husband, Edwin, 62, told investigators he may have fallen asleep with a lit cigarette in his hand. Firefighters were dispatched to the scene at 1:22 a.m. and remained at the scene until around 5 a.m. Wednesday. They returned to the property 4 hours later to extinguish hotspots which had rekindled. Assisting at the initial fire was the Ashland Township Volunteer Fire Department. Masonville Emergency Medical Services was on standby at the scene. Okay. Oh, we've got more. After heated public hearing, no answers for Vandegrift heirs by Tom Outen. Members of the Vandegrift family once again gathered in the Bayfield County Courthouse today to debate the fate of the Vandegrift fortune, which has remained in escrow since 1961, when family patriarch Albert Vandegrift, 71, died in a mine accident, and after effects of which nearly destroyed Vandegrift Industrial and severely damaged the local economy. James Vandegrift, 38, of Chicago, argued that his father's demands were unreasonable and that many Vandegrift family members have personal reasons for wanting to avoid living in Red Creek Valley on the Vandegrift estate, as stipulated in the elder Vandegrift's will. Okay, so in order to release his fortune, it seems like, where is Albert Vandegrift, said that you have to live in Red Creek Valley, specifically his home. The recent fire in which the Vandegrift home was damaged, he said, only underlined his family's concerns. So they were obviously kind of put off by something that happened in the past and are hesitant to obviously move in here. Since 1967, the Carter family has lived upon the former Vandegrift estate as temporary caretakers. Okay. Since 1967, so they've been there a long time. I guess, to be fair, I don't know what the year is. This is 1970 something up there. I guess we won't take that with us. Uh-oh. We've got cigarettes all over the place. Empty bottles. I don't know if this was one individual or the same guy. Now look. Now this trap is gone. Is it going to spring up again? No, they're gone now. That is bizarre. Okay, so Vandegrift is a name that we're going to have to remember. Now, I'm not sure, like... I get the impression we're not going to have a lot of puzzles, but... we're going to have to explore and be as thorough as we can to figure out as much of the story as possible. Preferably without losing my mind. That would be great. But what is cool, so we found those traps, we found little pieces of this vision, and we were clearly missing a middle piece, which we found, and now I'm kind of thinking in the future if we just...
Red Creek Valley seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned 2 things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
This would be my last one. Are we... Okay, so are we kind of telling this story after it's happened? That's the impression I'm getting. But what I was going to say to finish my earlier discussion was that if we have a piece that's fragmented or not finished, that's probably a sign that there's more things happening in the area. Jeez, look at this. Like, this is not a good place for this rail car to be. It's got blood all over it. From an animal, a human? God, I don't know. Was it an accident? Was it a murder? Crankshaft? Fresh scratches, recently used. What's going on here? Okay, the further... If I go this way, the words get further apart. If I go this way... Oh, wow. Okay. So there's a crank out here somewhere. But where is it? It's down by the water. I'm just gonna keep looking here and see if we can figure out any other clues as to where this is. Looks like there's a path that does lead down. And then it's right on the water line. Looks like there is a bridge. Could be the bridge we're on. But that's considerably further away than I want it to be. What else do we see here? I don't get control over this. It's just kind of happening. There's a path coming down. I'm trying to see it in the top right now. What is that thing in the top left? That could be a train car? I don't know. Oh, look. No, that's the bridge. Okay, so it's down here somewhere. That's the same bridge we saw, I think. Okay. Now, this is obviously it's not working. We need that crankshaft. All right. Possible murder weapon. I feel like this would probably be the path that leads us down. I just want to explore all other avenues here. What is this? Just a... That's strange. Let's just follow the tracks for a bit and see if there's anything else before we head down there. I'm hoping that there are no more traps out here. Okay, what do we have here? Is this rope? Cut ties, cut ties. Okay, so untied and tied. No blood. What the hell? So that one's cut. That side's untied. Maybe they tried to strap somebody down here? This is mile marker 391. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but on the highway, that's what you'd call them. I don't know what they're called on the train tracks. What is this? We got blood. We got... What is this? A leg? Rest of the corpse? Oh, no. Victim dragged away, crawled away. Both legs are gone. Could have been tied down over there, perhaps. What do we got here? Looks like there's some blood on the rock. Probably used to incapacitate whoever it was. Well, this guy probably. Some type of fuel. God, so many questions. I don't know. Oh, dried grass. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because the rest... No sun, rectangle shape. It was probably that yeah, rail car. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, it's showing the blood. So I guess had we not taken a closer look at this thing earlier, this would be kind of our... This would be our sign that there's something going on with this rail car. It's basically highlighting the blood for us, so I get that. Once again, there's another path we can go off. I just want to see where this leads for now. Looks like we might have a dead end coming up here. Rock, divot, fresh dirt. Fix. Oh, that, okay, well. What the hell does that do? Why would we place that back there? Perhaps we're trying to, like, rebuild the scene here?